There's something else I needed to film. What was it? What did I need to film? Oh yeah, an intro. What's going on, comic friends? It's Ryan the Colossus Collector, and thank you once again for stopping by my channel. So I'm really excited to do this video today. I haven't bought comics in quite some time. I've been saving my money, trying to, really just be picky about what I buy, but also taking a little bit of time away from buying. I used December to really kind of assess what I wanted to do in the new year, and if you've watched my 2024 my goal video, you know that I have some different approaches, different goals to the year, ultimately trying to get that X-Men 1 this year as well. So being smart about what I spend money on, what I buy, not buying as much, is definitely part of my mantra, my way of going forward this year in 2024. So I've been on a buying freeze basically since the end of November, and so in the last week or two, I just made a couple very small purchases. I definitely was feeling a bit of the itch and wanted to buy some books, but I will say that I didn't go crazy or anything. I didn't go out and spend hundreds of dollars on comics. I just bought a couple things that were very well priced or just within a small budget, and that kind of helped satisfy a little bit of the buying itch and gives me something to show to the channel. I'm excited about having these books, and we'll eventually get to some bigger books later in the year, but for now I'm still sticking with what I'm trying to accomplish, and it's going well so far, but still some cool books to show today. So let's get into those books now. So before I get into the box here, I just wanted to show a couple comic books I picked up in the wild at my local LCS. I showed this in a recent short I did, but wanted to put them into a video. So this first one is New Mutants 73. I had just actually read this issue in the last couple weeks because I'm finishing up the Inferno saga, and this depicts Colossus holding a lifeless Illyana Rasputin. This is all during the saga with the demons and Limbo, taking over the Earth, taking over New York City. Pretty interesting storyline. I haven't been reading the New Mutants part so much as the X-Men part, but I did read this part because Colossus sort of crosses. He leaves the X-Men for a little bit of time to help Illyana, and so he crosses over into the New Mutants stories, and I've read some of those. So cool to get that. I had to get it because it's a Colossus cover. I'll be honest, I don't love the art, and I don't know off the top of my head who did the art on this issue. I will actually just put that on the screen when I edit it, but it's not the best art in the world, but still a Colossus cover should be part of the Colossus collection. So got this one at the LCS, like I said, and it's nice to have it. So I'm not a big modern guy, modern collector, but I will say I'm trying to expand my horizons a little bit. I do want to read a lot of the Krakoan era and into now the Fall of X, which is supposed to end the Krakoan era. And I do collect the odd modern cover when I like them. So I'm trying to expand into it. I'm trying to get a little bit more into modern books. And I picked up two books at the LCS that just had covers that were right for me. And this first one is Fall of the House of X #1. And this has my guy Colossus on the front and center, along with Wolverine. I haven't read the issue yet, but I did crack open the issue and sort of look through it on my iPad on Marvel Unlimited, and there is this awesome panel of Colossus throwing Wolverine in a fastball special. It's one of the best fastball special panels I've ever seen. I will show you it now, throw it up on screen. It's dope. So really cool to have that. Like the cover, and just kind of grabbed it on a whim when I was at the LCS. Now, if you're into modern comics, you know that when an issue comes out these days, it comes out with like 700 variant covers. It's kind of crazy and a little overkill, to be honest. But I will say this cover is fantastic. And this is the same issue, Fall of the House of X, #1. And this has this incredible Illyana Rasputin variant cover. I know there's a Virgin variant, which I would love to get as well. But it's like $80 Canadian. I just can't. I can't pull the trigger on that. So I opted for this. Really cool. It's Art Germ on the cover, and it's just a really, really cool book. I think Illyana looks incredible on this cover. So grab that. Cool to have it in the PC, and yeah, maybe one day I can get that variant for a little cheaper once the hype of the new release goes down. Would definitely like to get that, but for now I'll settle with this one. Alright, so here's the package. It's been forever since I even did an unboxing on my channel. Usually I'd unbox it and then show the books out afterwards. I tend to like to see my books right away when they arrive, but I held off. I'm all about self-control these days. So I actually waited overnight to open this up, and I thought, let's do it on camera. And I will fast forward through all this part because, to be honest, when I'm watching a video, I don't really want to watch people opening up a package for 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so I was on Whatnot. Every once in a while, I just pop my head in Whatnot just to see what's going on. I have not been buying on Whatnot, like I said, since I went on this comic buying freeze. I was in a sale on Whatnot. My buddy Comic Ozzi does sales every Tuesday. I think he's a great seller. He's always got, like, honestly, just the best books. Like, in terms of, like, the keys. Like, he brings just key, banger, banger, banger. His sales are really, like, some of the best in terms of the types of books you're looking for. He's got them. Also Canadian seller, which is great. But honestly, if you're an American, I still, buying from a Canadian seller on Whatnot is totally, I think, easier than a Canadian buying from an American on Whatnot. And we do it all the time. So I really, honestly think you should check out Comic Ozzi on Whatnot. He might have the book that you're looking for, so definitely check him out. So I popped in one of his recent Tuesday night sales, and a couple books came up that I'd actually just been recently thinking about and thinking, oh, I wish I had those books. I kind of wish I had them for a particular reason I won't get into, but they're very, very cool books, and they just popped up, and then they were super affordable. Whoever was in that sale wasn't willing to go way above what I thought was fair, so that was great. Got them, and really happy that I got them. Thank you, Ozzy. And Ozzy's great because he also always throws in extra books, and so he threw in a book I have many copies of, but looking at it right here, it is a pretty nice copy. Maybe a little bit of dirt here on the corner box that could be cleaned off. other than that, it's like it's a pretty minty, fresh copy of Uncanny X-Men 231. A fitting book, because this happens not too long before that New Mutants 73 issue, and it's again Colossus goes to Limbo to help his sister Illyana take on the demon Sim and all the demons of Limbo. Great issue. I particularly really love this issue because it's also the big brother coming to the rescue of a little sister, and as a big brother, I like those storylines. So this book definitely has a soft spot in my heart, so I'm happy he gave me one. I'll take every copy I can get, and so thank you, Ozzy, for throwing that in. And then here are the two books that I got, and I think I got really screaming deals on them. First up, we've got The Amazing Spider-Man, number 293, part 2 of Kraven's Last Hunt. An epic storyline that everybody talks about as being one of the best ASM stories. I actually haven't even read it. I need to read it. I'm going to read it. But I've always loved the covers in this storyline, in this little run of ASM. And I've also been thinking, like, I need a little bit more Spider-Man in my collection. Like, I'm very heavy on X-Men, and I'm focused on X-Men, and I'm not going to all of a sudden start scooping up big ASM keys this year. It's not part of my goals. But, you know, if I could get the odd ASM book here and there, I'll jump on it if the price is right and I'm in a mood to buy. And that's what happened here. I got this one. This is, I think, the best cover in the Kraven's Last Hunt run or storyline series of books. They're all pretty good, and I you know, maybe if I looked at them all together, my opinion might change. But I always really loved how wild and cool Kraven looks in this cover. The dark background, just really, really cool book, and I was happy to grab it for the price that I did, and it's nice to have it as part of my PC. Now I need to get the whole Kraven's Last Hunt run for my PC. Alright, so the next book that I got was ASM 294. The next issue, part 3 in Kraven's Last Hunt. Another great cover. Spider-Man kind of creeping behind Kraven. I just think, like I said, everything I just said about Kraven's Last Hunt applies, obviously. Great covers. Really good storyline that everybody talks about being incredible. And I am happy to have part 2 and 3. And hopefully I can get the other parts sooner rather than later. Like I said, I basically got both of these at the same price, and they were steals in my opinion. So really happy to grab them, and excited to have them as part of my PC, and excited to finally be able to buy some new comic books. It was a long wait to finally buy some, so scratch that itch. It's still itchy, but it's a little less itchy now that I bought a few books. So that is my recent small little haul of comic books. I hope you liked them. I'm pretty excited to have all of them in the PC, those X-Men books, as well as the Kraven books, and a nice little gift on top of it with that Colossus X-Men book as well from Comic Ozzi. Like I said before, give Comic Ozzi a follow on Whatnot. Check out his sales, but he's also on IG. He's also on YouTube. Sub him up, follow him, do all those things. Definitely worthwhile to definitely worthwhile to follow him and make him part of your comic community, be part of his. So highly recommend. And I'm just excited about the coming weeks and months ahead. Hopefully gonna buy some books at one of these days again. And when I do, you guys will definitely see what I got. And until I do, why don't you guys check out some of my recent videos, like my 2024 goal video, figure out why I'm not buying comics right now so much, and why don't you check out my 2023 recap video as well while you're at it. And until the next time, keep collecting.